Chapter 36. Ya-Sin. Ya-Sin. And we did not send down upon his people after him any host of angels out of the sky. Neither was it necessary for us to send down anyone. It is a very simple matter for us. It was only one sound, and lo, they became motionless. Ah, woe for such servants! Never did a messenger come to them, but they ridiculed him. What? Have they not seen how many generations we destroyed before them, and that they will not return to them? They, every single one of them, shall be arraigned before us on the day of judgment. And a sign from Allah's power for them is the dead land. We revive it every spring season and bring forth grain from it, so they eat from it. And we have made therein gardens of date palms and grapevines, and we have also made springs to gush out in it, so that they may eat from its fruit. Remember that all these were our blessings, since their hands did not make it. Will they not thank me? Praise be to him who created pears of all kinds, from what the earth produces, from themselves, and other creations of which you do not know. And another sign for them is the concept of time. Look at the night, how we strip off from it the day, then lo, they are in the darkness. And think of the sun which flows on its path. That is the plan of the mighty and the wise. Similarly, the moon. We have fixed stages for its rotation where it is not seen until it returns, looking like a bent old palm branch. The rotation system is so perfect that neither the sun is allowed to overtake the moon, nor the night can overtake the day. Both float in the sphere assigned to them. A further sign for them is that we have carried their descendants in the ship, which is laden with provision, and have created for them other similar means, on which they ride. If we please, we can drown them, then there will be no one for them to call for help, nor will they be rescued, except out of mercy from us, and for enjoyment in this world, till a time decreed by us. When it is said to them, fear against what is before you, in the form of your polytheism and sins, and what is to follow you, in the form of chastisement, so that mercy may be showered on you, they just ignore this advice. Never does a sign from the signs of their Lord come to them, but that they turn away from them. When it is said to them, give in charity from what Allah has given you, those who do not believe say to those who believe that, shall we feed him who, if Allah wished, he could have fed him? You are nothing but in clear error. They say, when will this threat of doomsday materialize, if you are truthful in your claim? They don't have to wait but for a single cry, i.e. the first trumpet. It will seize them while they will be arguing with one another. They shall not even be able to make a last will, nor shall they return to their homes and families. And the trumpet shall be blown, i.e. the second trumpet, when lo, they shall hasten from the graves towards their Lord. They shall say in reaction, O woe to us, who has raised us from our sleeping place? This is what the beneficent God had promised, and the messengers were indeed true in their warnings. The day of judgment shall be nothing but a single cry, when lo, they shall all be brought before us. So this day no one shall be dealt with unjustly in any way, and you shall not be recompensed except for what you were doing in this life. Surely the people of paradise on that day shall be busy in enjoyment. They and their wives shall be in shades, reclining on the couches. They shall have fruits therein, and they shall have whatever they desire. Peace, salam, shall be a word from a merciful Lord. Be known today, O the guilty ones. Did not I advise you, O children of Adam, that you should not worship the shaitan? Surely he is your open enemy, and that you should worship me. This is the right path. He certainly has led many groups astray from among you. Did you then not comprehend? This is the hell with which you were threatened. Therefore enter into it this day, because of what you disbelieved. On this day we shall seal their mouths, and their hands shall speak to us, and their feet shall testify to what they earned in the form of their actions. If we wished, we could certainly put out their eyes. Then they would be groping to find the way. Then how could they see? Similarly, if we wished, we could certainly paralyze them in their place. Then they would not be able to move forward nor turn backwards. This wouldn't have been difficult for us, since whomsoever we cause to live long, we reverse him in physical constitution. Don't they understand? We have not taught him, i.e., Muhammad, poetry, nor is it appropriate for him to compose poetry. The revelation that he presents to the people is nothing but a reminder and a plain Quran. The Quran has been sent through Muhammad so that it may warn him who is alive, and so that the judgment in the hereafter may come true against the unbelievers. Do not they see that we have created cattle for them, out of what our hands have wrought, so they are their masters? And we have made the cattle subservient to them, from them is their means of riding, and from them they eat. And in those animals they have benefits and drinks. Will they not then be grateful? And they have taken gods besides Allah that they may be helped. But they, the gods, shall not be able to assist them, and they, the unbelievers, shall be presented to Allah as an army of idols. Therefore, let not their speech grieve you, O Muhammad. Surely we know what they conceal and what they display. Does not the human see that we have created him from a sperm drop? Still, he is an open challenger. He brings forth an example for us while he forgets his own original creation. He says, "Who will resurrect the bones once they have turned into dust?" O Muhammad, say to him, the people will be resurrected by one who brought them into existence in the first place, and he is well aware of all creation. 2. One who has made for you the fire to burn from the green tree, with it you kindle fire. He who created the heavens and the earth, isn't he capable of creating the like of them? Yea, and he is the creator and the knower. His command, when he intends anything, is only to say to it, "Be," so it happens. So glory be to him, in whose hand is the kingdom of all things, and to him you shall be returned. Chapter 37. Those ranged in ranks. As-Saffat. I swear by those angels who line up themselves in ranks when the revelation passes through, and by those angels who strongly repel the jinns who try to eavesdrop the revelation, and by those angels who recite the revelation to the messenger. Verily your God is indeed one, the Lord of the heavens and the earth and whatever is between them, and the Lord of the points from where the sun rises. We have indeed decorated the lower heaven with the beauty of the stars, and we have provided it with security from every rebellious jinn, so that they should not eavesdrop on the great assembly of the angels and are thrown away off from every side, repelled, and theirs is a perpetual chastisement. Except one who snatched away the heavenly news, he was pursued by a piercing flame. Then ask them whether they are stronger in creation and resurrection, or those angels and other creatures whom we have created. Surely we created them of firm clay. Nay, O Muhammad, you wonder why they reject the message of truth while they mock at your wondering? And when they are reminded of the signs of Allah, they do not pay heed. And when they see a sign such as the Quran or the splitting of the moon, they incite one another to ridicule and say, "This is nothing but obvious sorcery." What? When we die and turn into dust and bones, shall we, or our forefathers, be raised back to life? Say, O Muhammad, Yes, indeed, you shall be raised back to life while you will be in a state of humiliation. It would not be a big deal for Allah to resurrect you. It shall be just a single cry, and lo, they shall see the reality. And they shall say, "Oh, woe to us, this is the day of requital." To that Allah will reply, "This is the day of judgment that you had been rejecting." Then Allah will order the angels, "Gather those who stubbornly committed sins and their companions in sins, as well as whatever they used to worship, besides Allah, and then lead them to the way of hell." Then while they will be on their way to the hell, Allah will again say, "Stop them, for they shall be questioned." And among the questions they will be asked is, "What is the matter with you? Don't now help one another just as you used to do in the world." Nay, on that day they shall be submissive and subdued. Of course, some of them shall turn to others, questioning one another, saying, "Surely you used to come to us from the position of strength to misguide us." They, the others, will respond, "Nay, you yourselves were not among the believers, and we didn't have any control over you. Rather, you yourselves were rebellious people. So the judgment of our Lord has come to pass against us. Now we shall surely taste the chastisement." And, of course, we led you astray, for we ourselves were in error. So on that day they shall be partners in the chastisement. Indeed, this is how we deal with the guilty ones. Those who were arrogant, when it was said to them, "There is no God but Allah," they used even to reject the messenger and would say, "What? Shall we give up our gods for the sake of a mad poet?" Nay, Muhammad is not a mad poet. He has come with the truth from God and has verified the messengers who came before him. You will surely taste the painful punishment, and you shall not be recompensed except for what you did. This will be the state of the people, except for the sincere servants of Allah, for whom there shall be a known sustenance, fruits, and they shall be highly honored, in the gardens of bliss, sitting on couches, facing each other. They will be served with a bowl filled with a drink, pure and white, tasting delicious to those who drink. There will be no harm in it, nor shall they be intoxicated by it. And with them shall be those Uris who focus their gaze on their husbands with beautiful eyes, as if they were eggs carefully protected. So some of the servants of God in the paradise shall turn to others, questioning one another. A speaker from among them shall say, "Surely I had a friend in the world who used to say, 'What? Are you surely among those who believe that when we are dead and have turned into dust and bones, we shall be really brought to judgment?' He, the speaker, shall then say to his companions, 'Will you look on to see what happened to my friend?' So then he looked down in the hellfire and saw his friend in the midst of hell. He said to his friend, 'By Allah, you had almost caused me to perish. And had it not been for my Lord's favor, would certainly have been from those who were ushered to the hell like you.' Then, turning to his companions, he says in astonishment, 'Is it then that we are not going to die, except for our previous death, and that we shall not be chastised? Most surely, this is a mighty achievement. For this kind of achievement should the laborers strive. Is this a good hospitality, or the bitter-tasting tree of Zaqqum? Surely we have made it a punishment for the sinners. It is indeed a tree that grows from the bottom of the hell, and its produce at the top looks like, as it were, the serpent's heads. They, the sinners, will surely eat of it and fill their bellies with it. and then they surely shall have over it a brew of hot water. After this welcoming treat, then surely their return shall be to the hell. They surely found their fathers going astray and blindly followed them, and so now they are being ushered on all the way to the hellfire. Indeed, most of the earlier nations went astray before them. Even though we had certainly sent among them prophets who warned them of the consequences of disobedience, they still didn't heed the warning. And so see how was the end of those who were warned. It was indeed painful, except for those pure servants of Allah who had a blissful end. So when Noah earnestly called upon us, of course, we are the best of responders. We delivered him and his followers from the mighty distress, and we made his offspring the survivors. And we preserved his praise among the later generations. So peace and greetings be upon Nuh among the nations. This is how we recompense the good doers. Surely he was from among our believing servants. And then we drowned the others who didn't believe. Verily, from Nuh's followers was Ibrahim. When he came to his Lord with a pure heart, totally and exclusively devoted to Allah. Remember when Ibrahim said to his uncle and his people, "What do you worship? Do you desire besides Allah gods that you have made up yourselves? So what is your thought about the Lord of the universe?" One day when the people were preparing to go outside the town for a religious festival, he looked once at the stars, and then said, "I am surely sick, so I will stay home." So they went away from him, turning back. Then once the people had left, he turned towards the temple that housed the idols. Inside, he saw various sizes of idols with plates of fruits left at their feet. In a mocking way, he said, "What? Why don't you eat?" When he didn't get any response, he said, "What is the matter with you that you don't speak?" Then he turned towards them, smashing them with his right hand forcefully. So they approached him in haste and started questioning him. He responded, "What? Do you worship what you hew out yourselves? Well, Allah has created you and what you make." Finally, they decided to punish Ibrahim by burning him. They said, "Build for him a fire pit and then cast him into the blazing fire." They devised a plot against him, but we made them all lowly by ordering the fire to become safe for Ibrahim. After this episode, Ibrahim decided to leave his people, and he said, "I am surely going towards my Lord, and he will guide me to my final destination." In his old age, Ibrahim prayed, "My Lord, bless me with a child who will be from the good doers." So we gave him the good news of a forbearing boy. And when his son Ismail reached the age when he could work with him, Ibrahim said, "O my son, I have surely repeatedly seen in a dream that I am sacrificing you. So ponder over it and let me know what you think." He replied, "O my father, do whatever you have been commanded to do. You shall find me, God willing, of the patient ones." So when they both totally submitted, and Ibrahim placed Ismail down with one side of the forehead on the ground, we were pleased with their devotion, and so we called out to him, saying, "O Ibrahim, you have indeed made a dream come true. Surely this is how. We reward the good doers by putting them at a higher test level so that they would deserve a greater reward. And indeed, this is a manifest test." And so we ransomed and replaced him with a great sacrifice in the form of a sheep. And we preserved his praise among the later generations. So peace and greetings be upon Ibrahim. This is how we recompense the good doers. Surely he was from among our believing servants. And thereafter we gave him the good news of Ishaq, a prophet from the good doers. And we blessed him and Ishaq, and from their descendants would be good doers, as well as those who would clearly be unjust to themselves. We certainly conferred a favor on Musa and Harun by granting them a book and guidance. We delivered them both and their people from the mighty distress of bondage under Pharaoh, and we helped them so that they became victors. We gave them both the book that clarified ambiguous issues for the people's benefit in this world and the hereafter, and we guided them both onto the right path, and we preserved their praise among the later generations. So peace and greetings be upon Musa and Harun. This is how we recompense the good doers. Surely they both were from among our believing servants. Verily Ilyas was indeed from the messengers. Remember when he said to his people, "Don't you fear displeasing Allah? What? Do you call upon Baal the idol and forsake the best of the creators? Allah, who is also your nourisher, as well as the nourisher of your past ancestors." But they rejected him, therefore they shall surely be summoned for punishment in the hereafter, except for Allah's sincere servants among them. And we preserved his praise among the later generations. So peace and greetings be upon Ya-Sin. This is how we recompense the good doers. Surely he was from among our believing servants. Verily Louis was indeed from the messengers. Remember when we delivered him and his entire family, except an old woman who was amongst those who remained behind. Then we destroyed the others who didn't heed his message. And you surely pass by them, i.e., their ruins, in the morning, and at night on your way from Mecca to Syria. Don't you then understand? Verily Yunus was indeed from the messengers. Remember when he ran away from his own people onto a fully loaded ship? Then a mighty fish approached the vessel, and they decided to throw one of the passengers to the fish. And so he drew lots with them, and became one of those who were overcome, and so they threw him off the ship. So the fish swallowed him while he was blameworthy. Had it not been that he was of those who glorified us inside the fish's belly, he would surely have stayed in its belly to the day when they would be raised for judgment. Then we cast him out of the fish's belly into an open area while he was sick. And so we caused a gourd tree to grow in order to provide a shade over him. And after he recovered from his ordeal, we sent him to a people who numbered 100,000, rather even more. And they believed in his message and followed him, so we gave them provision till a time. So, O Muhammad, ask them that your Lord should have daughters while they have sons? Or did we create the angels as females while they were witnesses? Of course not. It is surely their own forgery that they utter just as they say. Allah has begotten, and most surely they are liars. Has he chosen daughters over sons? So what is the matter with you? How is it that you judge? Will you then not ponder on what you are doing? Or do you have any clear proof from me on this matter? Then bring your book revealed from me if you are truthful. The Meccan polytheists also believe that the jinn were related to God, and they assert that there is a relationship between him and the jinn, and that the jinn are God's children. How can that be possible? Even the jinn themselves surely know that they shall also be definitely summoned on the day of judgment to be rewarded or punished based on their beliefs and deeds. Allah is glorified and above what they describe, except the sincere servants of God who appropriately describe him. So indeed you and the idols that you worship cannot misguide anyone against him, except the person who is following the path towards the hell. The angels themselves respond to the wrong belief of the polytheists. There is none among us but has an assigned place. Surely we line up in ranks, waiting for God's command. And we surely glorify Allah in the way He deserves. The polytheists tried to explain away their attitude, and they surely used to say, had we received a reminder in the form of a revealed book, like those of the ancient people, we would certainly have been among God's sincere servants. The reality is that they received the book, the Quran, but they disbelieved in it, and soon they shall come to know the consequence. Certainly, our word has already gone forth in respect of our servants, the messengers, that most surely they shall be helped by us, and most surely our group shall be the victors. Therefore, O Muhammad, turn away from them till a time, and then see them, and soon they shall also see the consequence of their disbelief. What? Do they take your warnings lightly, and challenge you to hasten our chastisement? Well, when it shall pour down upon their court, the mourning of those who were warned will turn evil. Therefore, O Muhammad, turn away from them till a time, and then see them, and soon they shall also see the consequence of their disbelief. Glory be to your Lord, the Lord of power, above what they describe, and peace be upon the messengers. And all praise be to Allah, the Lord of the universe. Chapter 38. The letter Sad. Sad. A-A-D. I swear by the Quran that contains the reminder that you, O Muhammad, are my messenger. But those who disbelieve are steeped in pride and opposition against you. Don't they contemplate that how many generations before them we destroyed because they rejected their messengers? And then, when the chastisement came, they cried for help, but there was no time to escape. They, the Meccans, are surprised that a warner has come to them from themselves, a human being like them, and therefore the unbelievers rejected him and said, "He is a sorcerer and a liar." What? Does he reduce our multiple gods into one God? This indeed is a strange thing. Upon hearing this response, the aristocrats among them dashed out of the meeting and said to their people, "Go and stand by your gods. This is most surely a desirable thing to do." We never heard of this in the previous faith. This is nothing but a forgery. What? Has the reminder, i.e., the Quran, been revealed out of all to him from among us? They did not utter this statement because they believed it to be God's revelation. Nay, they are in doubt as to my reminder. Nay, they have not yet tasted my chastisement. Or is their rejection because they have the treasures of the mercy of your Lord, the mighty, the most liberal giver? Or is it that to them belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them, so that they can prevent the coming of revelation on a human being? If it is so, then let them assent by any means that they like. These arrogant Meccans are nothing but like an insignificant host of the groups that were defeated, such as the people of Nuh, Ad, and Fir'aun, the Lord of Spikes. They rejected God's message before them. And Thamud, the people of Lewis, and the dwellers of the thicket. These were the groups. There was none among them, but that rejected the messengers, and so my retribution was confirmed. As for the people of Mecca, they will not have to wait for the chastisement but for a single, and when it happens, there will be no return or respite in it. The obstinate Meccans still said, "O our Lord, hasten for us our portion of chastisement before the day of reckoning." So, O Muhammad, patiently bear what they say, and remember the story of our servant Dawood, the man of power. Surely he often turned to Allah in repentance. Surely we made the mountains to sing the praise of Allah with him, at the evening and the sunrise. And even the birds gathered together, all joined in turning to him, in singing his praise. We strengthened his kingdom, and we gave him wisdom and a clear judgment. Has not the story of the petitioners when they scaled the wall of the private sanctuary of Dawood? Remember when they came to Dawood, he was startled because of them appearing suddenly. And so they said, "Don't be startled. We are two petitioners. One of us has been unfair to the other. Therefore judge between us fairly, and don't exceed the due bounds and guide us to the right path." Then the plaintiff presented his case. "This brother of mine indeed owns 99 ewes, and I have only 1 ewe. And so since he has more ewes, he said, 'Give her in my care,' and he has overcome me in arguments." Dawood replied, "Verily, he has been unjust to you in asking for your ewe to be added to his ewes. Indeed, many of the partners are surely unfair towards one another, except those who believe and do good deeds, and alas, there are very few." Even though Dawood's judgment was right, but he had pronounced his decision without listening to the respondent. And Dawood soon realized that we had tried him by this hypothetical question, and so he sought the forgiveness of his Lord, fell down in prostration, and turned to him in repentance. So we forgave him, that for verily he has with us a close status and a good place of return. Then we said to him, "O Dawood, we have indeed made you our vicegerent on the earth. Therefore judge between the people with justice, and don't follow the vain desire, since it will lead you astray from Allah's path. Verily those who are deviated from Allah's path, for them shall be a severe punishment for forgetting the day of reckoning. We did not create the heaven and the earth and what is between them in vain. That is the thought of those who disbelieve. So be woe to those who disbelieve because of the fire. Shall we treat those who believe and do good just like the mischief maker on the earth? Or shall we put the righteous on the same footing as the wicked? Of course not. This is a blessed book that we have revealed to you, so that they may ponder over its verses, and that the people of understanding minds may be mindful. And, O Muhammad, remember that we blessed Dawood with a son, Suleiman, who was our good servant. He indeed frequently turned to me in repentance. Remember when the horses that were steady while standing and swift while running were presented to him in the evening in preparation for a military campaign against evil people. Using such horses to fight evil was itself an act of worship. Then he said, "Surely I prefer the good things, i.e., the horses, to the remembrance of my Lord, until the cover of the darkness concealed the daylight." So he said to his angels, "Bring the sun back to me." Then he and his people began to pat the legs and necks of the horses, and then said their prayer. We certainly tried Suleiman by making him ill to the extent that it seemed as if we had placed on his throne a lifeless body. So he turned to Allah and said, "My Lord, forgive me and grant me a kingdom which will be unlike a kingdom for anyone after me. Surely you are the most liberal giver." Allah accepted Suleiman's prayer. So we made the wind subservient to him. It blows gently by his command wherever he desired. And we have subjected the jinn to his command. Each builder among them builds on the land, and each diver extracts precious stones from the sea. And other jinns are fettered in chains. This is our gift, therefore give freely or withhold without reckoning. And he has with us a close status and a good place of return. And remember our servant Ayub when he called out to his Lord, that Satan has afflicted upon me hardship and torment in my body. Prophet Ayub had become very weak. He could not even lift his legs, so we listened to his prayer. After he was healed, we told him, "Stamp your foot on the ground, and you will see that you have your strength back, and this is a fresh spring for a cooling bath and drink." Not only was Ayub afflicted with illness, even his children had all died. And we gave back his family to him along with others like them, as a mercy from us and an admonition for the people with understanding minds. So God told him, "Take in your hand a bundle of rushes, and then strike your wife with it, as a symbolic gesture of striking her, and do not break your oath." In short, we indeed found him a patient man. What an excellent servant! Surely he was frequent in turning to Allah in repentance. And remember our servants Ibrahim, Ishaq, and Yaqub, men of power and insight. Surely we purified them with exclusiveness. They lived in this world, but were always mindful of the abode of the hereafter. They are, in our view, surely among the chosen and best of people. And also remember Ismail, Al-Yasha, and Dul Kifl. All of them are among the best of people. This Quran is a reminder for humankind, and they should know that surely for those who guard against displeasing God, there is a good place of return. Everlasting gardens, whose gates shall be widely open for them, wherein they shall recline on couches, asking for a variety of fruits and drinks. And with them shall be maidens who will restrain their glances to those whom they are assigned, and they shall be of same age. This is what you were promised for the day of reckoning. Most surely this is our provision, which will never come to an end. This is about the righteous people. And, of course, for those who are insolent, there is an evil place of return. Hell, they shall enter it, and it is a bad resting place. So let them taste it, this boiling water and pus, and a variety of other torments of the same kind. When the leaders of misguidance will enter hell, they will see other groups coming in. This is a group rushing with you. There is no welcome for them. They shall surely roast in the fire. Their followers shall say, "Nay, no welcome be to you. You prepared it for us. It is indeed an evil resting place." Then they shall say to Allah, "Our Lord, whoever prepared this for us, give him a double chastisement in the fire." They shall say, "Why is it that we don't see in here the men whom we considered among the troublemakers in the world? Was it because we took them for a laughingstock, or have our eyes turned away from them?" Surely that dispute of the people of the fire among themselves is the truth. O Muhammad, say, "I am just a warner, and there is no God but Allah, the One, who can subdue everything, the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them, the Mighty, the Most Forgiving." O Muhammad, say to those who reject the Quran that it is an important message. It is an important message from which you are turning away. Whatever I bring is from God's revelation. For example, I had no knowledge of the exalted chiefs among the angels when they disputed about the status of Adam. It was just revealed to me. I am nothing but merely a plain warner. Then the Quran narrates the dispute. Remember when your Lord said to the angels, "I am indeed going to create a human from the clay. So when I have shaped him fully and breathed my spirit in him, then fall in prostration before him." Then the angels prostrated altogether, except the Iblis. He showed arrogance and became one of the unbelievers. Allah said, "O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating before what I have created with my two hands? Were you showing arrogance, or thought that you belonged to the group of the exalted ones?" Iblis replied, "I am better than him. You have created me of fire, and him you have created of dust." Allah announced, "Then get out of it, i.e., this holy assembly, for surely you are an outcast. On you shall be my curse till the day of judgment." Iblis pleaded, "My Lord, grant me respite till the day they, the humans, shall be raised for judgment." Allah replied, "You are indeed among the reprieved ones till the day of the time known to me." Now that he got a long life, the Iblis declared his evil scheme, I swear by your glory that I will surely misguide them altogether. Expect those of your servants among them who are purified by you. Allah declared, "This is the truth, and the truth do I speak. I shall surely fill the hell with you, and whosoever of them follows you, altogether." Say, O Muhammad, I do not ask you for any wage for it, i.e., for conveying God's message. Neither am I of those who impose themselves on others by force. My message is quite simple and logical. This Quran is nothing but a reminder unto the people. And most certainly you will come to know the news of resurrection after a time. Chapter 39. The Groups. Az-Zumar. The revelation of the book is from Allah, the Mighty, the Wise. O Muhammad, we indeed revealed to you the book with the truth, so worship God, while dedicating the religion exclusively to Him. O people, verily sincere worship belongs only to Allah, and so don't worship anyone but Him. Those who take other than Him as guardians consider God as the Creator, and other gods as managers of His affairs, and they justify their belief by saying, "We worship them only so that they may bring us humbly closer to God." Allah shall indeed judge between them on matters in which they disagree. Surely Allah does not guide one who is a liar and ungrateful. Had Allah wished to take a son unto Himself, He surely could have chosen whomever He pleased from whatever He has created. But He would never wish for such a thing. Glory be to Him. He is Allah, the One, the Subduer. He created the heavens and the earth with a good purpose. He wraps the night around the day and wraps the day around the night. He has subjected the sun and the moon to a set orbit. Each flows in space till the determined term. He is indeed the Mighty as well as the most forgiving. He has created you from a single being. Then, from its remaining clay, He made its mate. And He sent down for you of the cattle 8 pairs of goat, sheep, camel, and cow. He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, in one form of creation to another form of creation, in 3 layers of darkness, the belly, the womb, and the bag of water. That is Allah your Lord. To Him belongs the kingdom. There is no God but He. So how are you turning away? After all the blessings mentioned above, it is expected of us to be grateful. If you are ungrateful, then you should realize that Allah is surely free from need of you. He does not need your gratitude. That, however, does not mean that He will tolerate your ungratefulness. He does not approve of ungratefulness in His servants. Of course, if you be thankful, then He approves that in you. Remember, you are responsible for your own actions, since no bearer of the burden of sins shall bear the burden of another person. Then to your Lord shall be your return in the hereafter, and He will inform you of what you were doing in this world. He surely knows what is in their minds. When distress afflicts a man, he calls upon his Lord, turning to Him frequently. But when he confers on him a blessing from Him, he forgets Allah, to whom he used to pray in the past, and sets up rivals to Allah, so that he may lead others astray from His path. O Muhammad announced to such an ungrateful person, "Enjoy your ungratefulness for a while, for you surely are among the inhabitants of the fire." The one who is obedient during hours of the night, prostrating himself and standing in prayers, being fearful of the punishment of the hereafter and hopeful of his Lord's mercy, can such an obedient person be the same as the disobedient? No, not at all. Say, are those who know equal to those who don't know? Of course not. Only the people of understanding minds remember. Say, O my servants who believe, fear the displeasure of your Lord, for those who do good deeds in this world is a good reward. And if you face hurdles in doing good in your place, then you should know that Allah's earth is spacious enough for you to migrate to another place. And remember that patience is essential. Verily, the patient ones will be paid their reward in full without measure. O Muhammad, say, I have been commanded to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in faith. and I have been commanded to be the first and the best of those who submit. O Muhammad, say, if I disobey my Lord, I truly fear the chastisement of a grievous day of judgment. O Muhammad, say to the idol worshippers of Mecca, Allah is the only one whom I worship, being sincere to Him in my faith. So worship whatever you like besides Him, but be assured that it will not help you at all. Say, surely the losers are those who shall lose themselves, as well as their families on the day of resurrection. Indeed, that loss in the hereafter is the manifest loss, since it will be everlasting. They shall have above them layers of fire, and also layers beneath them. With that, Allah warns His servants, O my servants, fear from displeasing me. Those who refrain from worshipping the idols and also turn penitently to Allah, for them is the good news. Therefore, O Muhammad, give good news to my servants. Those who listen to the word and then follow the best of it, these are those whom Allah has guided, and these are the people of understanding minds. He who has been condemned by the judgment of chastisement, what? Can you save him who is in the fire? No, not, of course. But those who fear displeasing their Lord, for them shall be chambers and other chambers built above them, with rivers flowing underneath them, that is Allah's promise, and Allah does not turn back on the promise. Do not you see that Allah sends down water from the cloud, then makes it flow as springs in the earth, and then brings forth by it crops of various colors? Then it withers, and you see it turning yellow, and then He turns it into the threshed straw. Surely, and that is indeed a reminder of the cycle of life and resurrection for the people of understanding minds. Can the one whose heart Allah has opened for Islam, so that he is in a light from his Lord, be like the hard-hearted ones? No, not at all. So woe to those whose hearts are hardened against the remembrance of Allah, and thus incapable of seeing the light. They are in clear error. Allah has revealed the best discourse, the Quran, as 1. A book with well-connected themes, 2. Oft repeating pleasantly, and 3. By listening to it, the skins of those who fear displeasing their Lord shiver, and subsequently their skins and their hearts become inclined to the remembrance of Allah. That is the guidance of Allah. He guides by it whomsoever He wishes, and whomsoever Allah abandons, He has no guide. Is he who turns away his face against the pain of the chastisement on the day of resurrection equal to one who is saved from chastisement? No, not at all. And the evildoers will be told by the wardens of hell, taste what you have earned in the world. Those who were before them rejected their prophets, so the chastisement came upon them from whence they did not even realize. So Allah made them taste the humiliation in the worldly life, and the chastisement of the hereafter is surely greater, only if they had known. Certainly we have set forth for people in this Quran examples of every kind. Hopefully they may remember the reality. It is an Arabic Quran without any crookedness. Hopefully they may fear displeasing Allah. After this preamble, Allah sets forth an example of a polytheist and a monotheist. On the one hand, there is a person owned by partners who are by nature at variance with one another. And on the other hand, there is a person exclusively owned by one master. Can they both be comparatively equal? No, they cannot be equals. So all praise be to Allah, but most do not know. O Muhammad, you are a mortal, and they, the unbelievers, are also mortals. And then on the day of resurrection, you surely will argue against one another before your Lord.